Hey everybody, Andrea Pickens here with lifeinnorcal.com, bringing you a small town news segment today, and I'm just going to dive right in. So let's move on to the next fact. Voting yes on C&D will obligate the developer to provide well above the normal benefits to Loomis, including nearly $2 million in much needed education funding to the Loomis Union School District. Although that statement contains an element of truth, because yes, the Loomis Union School District is getting $1.8 million to be exact above the legal required mitigation development fees, but it ignores critical facts that may give someone a different opinion about what that exactly means. California taxpayers specifically are paying the nearly $2 million in mitigation fees, while the new homeowners are paying through their special tax, Melrose tax, they're paying the other section of the school mitigation fees. So in the end, the developer isn't paying any of it. So I combed through the mitigation agreement between the developer and the Loomis Union School District, and I'm going to read you a few sections of the district agreement. And I sat down with Superintendent Gordon Med to ask him specifically about these sections, and I'll let you know what he says after this. But according to the school's facility mitigation agreement, section 2.7, the district and the district consultants, in cooperation with the owner and the owner's consultants, shall diligently apply for and make good faith best efforts to obtain the maximum allowable amount of modernization and new construction state funding for the school facilities from all applicable and appropriating funding programs. This project will be the highest priority project among all facility projects submitted to the state for construction grants. Here's the key thing. Upon receipt of funding received up to a maximum of $1,816,000, which is what the number is above what the minimum required school mitigation fees in that yes on C&D statement. So again, upon receipt of state funding, the district shall reimburse owners 70% of the amount of state funding received up to a maximum of $1,816,000 within 30 days. I sat down with Superintendent Gordon Med because I wanted to get clarification on exactly what the mitigation agreement is saying, especially in regards to refunding the developer amount. At the end of the day, I left not really sure about their position on this because I was advised that he's going to have to consult a lawyer about that matter. So I'm not sure entirely what that means. Gordon Med seemed to think that once the developer was long gone, that who knows if they would even request the state funding to be reimbursed. But in the mitigation agreement, there are several additional clauses says otherwise to me. Additionally, according to section 2.2, fees and payment conditions of the school, he put in there two clauses. The second 25% of the additional mitigation amount shall be paid when the district submits its construction plans for the school facilities to the Division of the State Architecture, DSA, and California Department of Education, CDE. He added another clause, third payment, the remaining 50% of the additional mitigation amount, $1,223,000, shall be paid when the school's facilities plans are approved by DSA and CDE and an application for funding SAB 50-04 has been submitted to the Office of Public School Construction and State Allocation Board for reimbursement. So he added several clauses there, and he even said that the developer is going to hire a consultant to help facilitate in the submission of these applications for the school funding. So where will this nearly $2 million come from? It's certainly, at the end of this, at least 70% of it is not coming from the developer. It is going to come from Proposition 51, which passed in November 2016, and it's the Public Schools Facilities Bond. It's a $9 billion bond to fund improvement and construction of school facilities K through 12. Essentially, it's a developer's $9 billion bond. Proposition 51 would cost an additional $500 million a year in taxpayer dollars. To add to the certainty that the developer is expecting a reimbursement, according to the Village at Loomis Financial Feasibility Evaluation EPS report, The project is eligible for state funding estimated between 50% to 100% of the cost paid above the SB 50 fees, mitigation payment, and supplemental fee combined. One last important piece of information regarding the school funding. Fact, according to Education Code EDC Chapter 6, Development Fees, Charges, and Dedications, school districts are authorized to levy Level 1 fees of $3.79 per square foot against any construction within the boundaries of the district. At my meeting with Gordon Med, he told me that the school negotiated $2.27 per square foot. When I asked him why he didn't request the $3.79 per square foot, he said the remaining balance went to Del Oro. From what I'm reading, school districts are authorized to levy that $3.79 fee per square foot amount, and Del Oro is part of a completely different school district. So I don't know if there's a clause allowing that $3.79 split with the high school, but either way, they were allowed to collect $3.79 a square foot, and they collected $2.27 a square foot. To recap, yes, the school would be receiving nearly $2 million in additional funding. At the end of this, according to the mitigation agreement, 70% will be reimbursed to the developer, and that is paid by taxpayers, California taxpayers, from Proposition 51. From what I can read, between the EPS report, the developer agreement, and the school mitigation, the remaining balance of the school mitigation fees will be paid back by the new homeowners through their special tax.